By midnight tonight, 12 nations will know exactly where they stand. Tonight is day 15, bringing complete mathematical resolution to 3 separate groups. To ensure maximum tension and prevent any strategic manipulation of results, all 6 of today's matches are played simultaneously in pairs. 2 stadiums, 2 matches, 1 group, all kicking off at the exact same minute. This shows the Group E points. Germany is safe at top with 6. Ivory Coast holds second with 3, while Ecuador and Curaçao have 1. To advance, Ecuador must win and rely on Curaçao to force a result. This simultaneous pairing represents the ultimate survival scenario. 3 teams are fighting for 1 remaining ticket to the knockout rounds, and every goal scored in either stadium instantly rewrites the live standings for the bottom 3. Ecuador arrived with high expectations, but they have failed to score a single goal in their first 2 matches, despite controlling the majority of possession. Compare that to Curaçao. This Caribbean island nation of just 150,000 people is stepping onto the pitch against global powerhouses and holding their own. Their survival comes almost entirely down to goalkeeper Eloy Room. His performance against Ecuador secured a goalless draw, earning Curaçao the first World Cup point in the nation's history. Because Germany has already secured the group, Julian Nagelsmann is expected to rest his starting 11. That heavy rotation gives Ecuador a clear window to finally break their scoring drought against a less experienced lineup. Even with rotation, the German bench possesses depth most nations would envy. Expect the German substitutes to overwhelm Ecuador for a 2-1 win, while Ivory Coast secures the result they need in Philadelphia to advance. Curaçao will leave this tournament having proven they belong on this stage, regardless of today's score. Ecuador, however, has generated chances for 180 minutes without finishing one. A team that cannot score simply does not earn a place in the knockouts. Moving over to Dallas and Kansas City, we find the most competitive bracket of the day. Japan versus Sweden in Group F is the defining matchup of day 15. Looking at this points breakdown for Group F, you can see the bottleneck at the top. The Netherlands and Japan are deadlocked at 4 points, with the Dutch currently taking first place based on total goals scored. Sweden is sitting right behind them with 3 points. The math here is incredibly rigid. Whoever wins the match between Japan and Sweden guarantees a spot in the knockouts, immediately eliminating the loser from the competition. But if the Netherlands somehow lose to a Tunisia squad that is already eliminated, the group fractures. The Dutch could drop into 3rd place and miss the knockouts entirely if results in the other stadium go against them. Sweden has the momentum to cause this disruption. Ranked 38th in the world, they dismantled Tunisia 5-1 and pushed the Netherlands to the brink in their opening match. With 2 high-performing teams fighting for survival in one stadium and the group leader vulnerable to an upset in another, every goal scored today flips the entire knockout picture in real time. Sweden's attack runs directly through Victor Gyokeres. He is the most clinical striker Japan will face in this group stage, and he will test a Japanese defense that relies on a highly organized, suffocating press. Japan's organizational discipline will be tested, but they have shown the quality to absorb pressure. Expect Japan to take a hard-fought 2-1 victory in what should be a classic encounter. A loss would send Sweden home early, but they leave having played some of the most aggressive and disciplined football of the tournament, earning them the respect of the global community. Navigating a group this difficult, beating the Dutch and holding off Sweden, proves Japan can handle top-tier European competition. If they pull it off, they earn their place as the outright dark horse of this World Cup. Over in Los Angeles, SoFi Stadium is hosting a massive crowd for the USA versus Türkiye, but structurally, this match is merely a backdrop to the actual drama in Group D. The United States has already locked in 6 points, securing the top spot in Group D and guaranteeing their place in the round of 32 regardless of what happens tonight. Manager Mauricio Pochettino will use this cushion to rotate his squad. This allows key stars to rest while testing bench players and new combinations ahead of the knockout rounds. Türkiye, meanwhile, is facing a disaster. Despite the quality of their roster, they have 0 points and 0 wins, and are entirely eliminated before this final match even begins. With nothing left to play for and facing an American team of substitutes, Türkiye is likely to finally find their form and win the one match that cannot save their tournament. The actual fight for survival in Group D is happening simultaneously up in Santa Clara, where Paraguay takes on Australia. This chart illustrates the margins separating these teams. Both have 3 points, but Australia holds a 1-goal differential advantage. A draw saves Australia. Paraguay must win. Paraguay presses with desperation, but Australia's organized defense holds on for a 0-0 draw, advancing to the next round. The U.S. has not topped a World Cup group since 2010. Achieving it now, with a game to spare, provides the first clear evidence that Pochettino's system is delivering consistent results when it matters. Tonight delivers 3 totally distinct dramas. Does Sweden have the firepower to eliminate Japan? Can Curaçao's goalkeeper pull off one more miracle? And will Australia survive a 90-minute siege to advance? Drop your prediction for tonight's biggest shock in the comments, and subscribe for Day 16.